Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. I am completely relaxed right now as we begin our meditation. Also congratulating myself just for taking time out to join in. And I know that this is February and that Valentine's Day is here this weekend. And so I thought we should explore and talk about the aspects of love. And I'm not speaking about love as associated with physicalness. I'm talking about love tonight in its purest form. Love which has the power to uplift and to heal and to strengthen and to bring us close. And this is also a new year. And so I want to think about love first and foremost for the self. I have been both generous and selfish with my love. Generous because I have family that I care for and those that are close to me, and I give. And yet selfish because I don't really understand love. And sometimes when I attempt to give love, there's usually a return that I expect. So that if I'm giving out love, you should A, recognize my efforts, and B, give a return. And I know with love that often doesn't happen. And love should most certainly be altruistic. And I ask myself tonight in this safe and sacred space, am I able to give love unconditionally without any expectations? Can I just give love? When I began my spiritual journey with the Brahma Kumaris about 20 or so years ago, one of the first things I learned, and I struggled with this in the beginning, but God taught us that you cannot be loving unless you're detached, and you cannot be detached unless you're loving. An equal balance between being loving and detached. Again, I thought I knew what love was, but there was always the expectation of a return. And I also thought I knew what detached was. So let's explore being detached. Some people think that detached is I don't care, that I can just turn my back. I think I'm being generous in that state when I'm detached because I don't want to escalate. So I turn my back, I don't get involved, you can't affect me, and then there's no escalation. But that's not really what detached is. Detached is the complete understanding that others, all others, that myself, that we have to have experiences in life, both good and bad. And when I'm detached, I observe what those experiences are, and I accept them. And so when I detach from others, it's like watching a movie. I see everything that's going on, but no need to become involved, no need to judge the person, the situation. And so as I detach in this way, I can also infuse love, pure love, God's love. I can give that love to another or a situation. I've detached, and now I become loving. And now let's go back to being loving. Loving today with that misunderstanding. Loving is a little bit selfish, right? Because if you're my wife, husband, spouse, partner, daughter, son, mother, father, immediate family. I think I know what that love is. And I just give to you, those close ones, to you and you alone. But as I detach in that purest form, as I pull into a gas station and I see someone that I don't know and I am detached, watching that person's role, I can now give to you like I give to my mother. I can just for a moment send pure love. I never know what's going on with someone, and it's not just because I don't know them. With all individuals, I never know what they're going through, what their day was like, what last night was like, and people come to work with a smile, and maybe they had a terrible night with their partner. I never know what someone is going through, and yet what I can do is always give love. But with that example of someone coming into work, it's very easy to not be detached and to judge and to think he or she is angry today or he or she is angry again. That's not being detached. Then I'm involved, then I'm judging, and I could never give that soul love. Now, if I knew that that person went through some abuse, hopefully not, but someone went through abuse last night, they're embarrassed, they come to work angry again, it would be a very different situation if I knew what they went through. I would have mercy and compassion, and I would certainly give love. But in the spiritual realm, God teaches that I don't need to know what someone else has gone through, and that I can and should always give love. This is being altruistic. The interesting thing with giving that love altruistically, karmically it comes back to me, but in the moment of being lost in love and giving love, what is it that I'm feeling? How do I feel when my heart is open and when I feel that I am generating and giving love? It's right there with me. And then back to me. Do I have the power today to give that love? How often do I go within and settle? How often do I forgive myself? How often do I detach from my own events that occurred today or yesterday? How often do I detach from experiences of the past or interactions with others so that I can let those things go? And then I can wrap myself in the highest form of love, which comes from the Supreme. Only God really gives unconditionally. And so sometimes when I get lost in that pure form of love, it's like wrapping myself in the warmest blanket and not having any cares in the world. And as I allow myself to claim that love and to experience that love more often, my heart softens. And then what do others feel from me? So maybe I'm not always giving love, but when I'm lost in God's love, what do others feel from me in my presence? I know that everyone's in a body, but everyone is a soul, that living energy. And I know how receptive all living beings are, always receiving, taking a pulse. Isn't that true? Don't you feel energy from others? Without any look on their face, I can pick up good vibration, bad vibration, a little scary, a little uncertain. So we're all putting out, but we're also always receiving. And the world really is in turmoil still. many questions still. And so when I think about love, I want to contribute in this way. I want to be one who gives, who's putting out that signal that everything is okay without words. I want to be the one that gives, and so I detach so that I can give this love. And I love more, give love more, so that I can detach. That helps me as well. A little bit of selfishness there, that I'm now detached and protected, but I'm not doing it to be selfish. It's just the natural gift of detaching and being loving so that I'm detached. Now going forward, time is moving quick. I know what I've focused on, and I've blamed the news for that. The world, the turmoil, the politics. But I'm the one turning on instead of tuning it all out. So going forward, concentrated effort so that I can detach and go within and really explore what love is again. I want to think about a first-time mother right now who has given birth to that innocent, helpless child. And I want to experience that immense, overflowing well of love, holding that baby with joy, with unbelievable excitement, the incredulousness of that first true loving experience for the child. And so as I go deeper, I recognize that kind of love, no strings attached. It's so powerful that I want to give more of it. And so now I step out of that outside world much more often, and I recall a mother's love for that baby. And I experience that love for myself. And this is the love I give to all others, not knowing their story, just giving. And going forward, I am able to do that because I do go within more often. I deserve that love. I know what it feels like, and I deserve that love. But I'm going to work to claim that love so that I can heal myself, so that I truly forgive errors, mistakes of the past, and so that I can cease the increase of karmic accounts when I'm not giving love. When I'm not giving love, it's not a positive karmic account. There's always subtle judgment. And maybe it's judgment that's the opposite of love. And I don't think anyone needs me to judge them anymore. It's that easy. And when I'm lost in that love, God's love, remembering the feeling of what a mother goes through, that kind of love, when I'm lost in that love, I cannot judge. There's no desire. My mind isn't wandering back into the dirt, into that contaminated world that we live in. And I make a difference this way. So this year's Valentine's Day should be very, very different. I want it to be one of the most special because I am thinking, channeling, creating the most elevated form of love there is. And it is not selfish. And it is something that I will share. What a beautiful way to protect myself. What a beautiful way to give to others spiritually. In the physical world, to give that love. There has to be some kind of attraction, be it physical or like your mind, that was so 2020 and beyond. And I let that go. I have grown spiritually so that I can really give to others. And this is what I do. I give to others. I am loving. Repeat that. I am loving and I am detached. I am detached and I am loving. And so now as we close out, I give myself the gift of God's love. And I brought up the example of a mother's love for a few reasons, because God is the mother and the father. And for many of us, with God being intangible, sometimes it's hard to connect or to plug in. And so the example of a mother's love, we know what that is. And as I close out, I know that feeling. But I want to allow God, the highest being, the supremely non-violent, loving parent, to fill me with that love spiritually, to charge my soul, to re-energize me, to heal me, to help me smile, to remind me through God's love that not everyone can claim that. And yet as God's child, maybe I can help them do that. This should be my Valentine's gift, my unselfish Valentine's gift to the world, because I believe others can feel it. Again, receptive souls. And this is how I connect. And so let's just hear that soft, beautiful music as I take refuge in God's love. And at the very same time, I'm spreading that vibration. Collectively, let's do that right now. Go deeper. Claim, experience love in its purest form. Om Shanti Gwen, Om Shanti Kenneth, Catherine, Nathan, Enid, Roz, Wendy who says it was so 2020, let it go. Sister Etta, Rachel, Lisa, feel that love, Kathy, Bernice, everyone, Margaret, get lost in the love and share it. Happy Valentine's. Happy real Valentine's, and Om Shanti with lots and lots of pure love. Om Shanti.